What's up, everybody? Hopefully you can hear me. If you can't, let me know. Let me check out let me set up here, guys. I haven't been set up in a while. Get that going here. Let me see if I can hear me. Are we there? Sorry, that's uneven. Excuse me. All right, hang on. For some reason, the board's uneven. That's why. Maybe my internet sucks. I don't know. Oh, something popped up here. Sorry. Okay, happy Sunday, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. Not sure anyone can hear me. I think I'm only me, which is great. Been interested in opening up this box of Baron's War by Wargames Atlantic, 2nd edition. I've been checking it out since I've been watching the 7th Son YouTube videos, and they're really good, and I like them a lot. So was really interested in the game. I'm not a medieval person at all, so sorry, I haven't done a podcast in a long time, so stuff's popping up on me. I'm not sure why that's not working there. Okay, so I think I'm alone here. That's cool. So yeah, like I said, I've been watching 7th Son. Kudos to him. He does really good videos. Highly recommend him. 7th, the number, TH, Son. Does a lot of medieval. Another game I'm looking at is Pillage. So I want to do that game also, play that game also, try it out. And it looks like the figures from Baron's War might be able to cross over to Pillage a little bit here and there, or maybe all of them. So that's good. So yeah, DeRosa here. Hoping you're enjoying your Sunday. So I was hoping to get a chat going about medieval, if anyone's into it. Like I said, I'm more into World War II and Victorian era stuff. But this caught my fancy for some reason. It looks like it could go across different genres. So like Vikings or late Roman, Byzantine. So, and I saw some Islamic figures. So I think by Footsore. So looking at that. So let's get into it. All right. So saw this online, picked it up. I think I got it for about 119 American dollars there. Nice starter set. Looks really cool. Has some really cool art on the front. Gets you really bedazzled by the game, which is great. Looks like it comes with a lot of good stuff. You're going to get some tokens, the rule book, some obstacles, which is really cool. It looks like they give you plenty of dice to get a starter game going, and probably have to buy some more, obviously. And then the figures look really cool, like the mix and match, the ability for them. So let me get started. Oh, let me show you the back of the box. And I'm sure some people have done a better in-depth study of this game. I've never played it. Don't play medieval, like I said, very often, so the rule sets and stuff, I have no idea, but it looks really cool, really fun. So here we go. There's a lid. Like I said, I paid about 120 bucks for it. I think it lists for about 130 maybe. Really cool white and black 10-sided dice. Sorry about that. Always could use dice, right? And then they have some really cool morale dice, skulls on them. So I guess those are your hit dice. Obviously, run away. Let me see if I can fix this light in the back. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah. And so then, yeah, I got some. Obviously, they give you some great bases. Never used these. I do a lot of paste, modeling paste when I use base to make the bases level. So I think these in-depth ones will be really nice. And then they already have the drilled hole for the magnets, which I love because I have to sit and drill all mine. And then they have some really cool frames of men. I think there's different levels: peasants, sergeants, and knights. Looking forward to that. Reminds me of this game I used to play by Avalon Hill a long, long time ago called Feudal, which was really fun. But yeah, no, this looks really cool. Looking really forward to putting the troops together in my own special ways. Some more, some more, some more. Looks like you can have bows and pitchforks and slings and hammers and axes. Beautiful. Oh, look, even a scythe. So nice, going medieval on people. Looking forward to getting out these long bows or these short bows. And that looks really cool. I like the setup. Oh, and here is the oh wait, some more frames, and now I'm getting into getting into some shields. So it looks like these might be the sergeants. They have some padded armor, some machete or a long knife, horns, and crossbows. So these are the sergeants. Really cool. I believe they're sergeants. Maybe they're the knights. I could be wrong. I'm not the. I got some halberds and bilfords and spears. Looks like billy forks. No, not bilfords. Billy forks, but I don't see the billy forks actually. I just see the halberds. Maybe they have the billy forks somewhere. And then the padded armor. I saw the game played a couple times. That you have different levels of armor and movement due to that, which is really cool to me. I like that the variation in movements and that seemed really cool. Again, a lot of bases for you to use, so that's going to go really well for you. Looking forward to that. This is one of the reasons I bought the game was these obstacles. Looking forward to setting them up. They could be used across probably a whole variation of games, I bet. And then Wargames Atlantic just does looks like it does some really good details. There's some fish and turkey and um, bread. And I saw Seven Son again's market stall video, which was really good. I'm looking forward to buying those maybe. So yeah, some big sacks of food. Looks like a tent maybe. I don't know. So that's cool. And then a couple more frames of men because you can never have too many men. So let me count the frames. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 frames, it looks like, of men. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, 10 frames of men, which is really cool. And looks like there's what? At least 6 men on each one. So that's about 60 guys. That's really cool. And then you get down to the nitty gritty here. So we got the getting started book, which is really going to help me because, again, I'm not a guy with a background in medieval. So I'm looking forward to that. Let me see here what this is saying. I think you can hear me, hopefully. If not, we'll find out and have to do it again. So they color coordinate, which is really cool. How the men should go together with what pieces and what your options are, which again, for a person like me, is going to be very beneficial. I'll give you some picture examples. And obviously, I have to be doing my research if I really want to make sure that they're historically accurate and all that stuff. But I like that they help you. And then on putting the men together, they have if you're a newbie to the hobby, really cool little setup on how to get your men together. And then they have the retinues, 500-point retinues, which I'm looking forward to putting together. The red retinue and the blue retinue, which is obvious, but looking forward to that. And then just playing the game, obviously, and figuring out the nuances of the game and ins and outs. And So yeah, and then just setting up the board and like I've said, I've seen some great boards from Seven Sun, and it's just very motivating. I like his narrative type style. I'm into that. I'm sort of over the tournament games, so I like this. This is going to be fun. Like I said, I want to get pillage also, so maybe interact between the two. Here's your tokens, which is great. Plenty of tokens. And then the book, the rule book. So I got to do some reading on the holiday here. Really cool pictures inside here, and just motivators on getting stuff done and playing this game. That's what I want to do. So I'll get some people motivated in our game, and we'll get them going. You know, try to get them into this game for sure. Look at the artwork on there. Woo! What? Sorry. Look at the artwork on there. Woo! Really cool. Like this guy in the back. Nice. All right. So I'll stay on for a minute or two longer to see if anybody's around that wants to chat it up. Chat it up. But what are your thoughts on medieval? Um, I'm into Dungeons and Dragons when I was a kid. I like that. So I think the medieval will be fun. Be a good change of pace from guns, cannons, and machine guns and all that. So yeah, hopefully you guys can hear me. I see someone's on. Hopefully they can tell me if it's good or bad. Um, yeah, like I said, this is what's really interesting me to buy. That kicked me over the edge to buy the game was these obstacles. I'm a terrain guy. I like to make my own terrain, um, but this seems really cool to have it ready to go. And obviously, I'm not very good at making tiny little fish boxes and stuff like that, sacks and jars. I'm sure I could if I tried. But again, it's just really motivating to try this out. Looks like you have a little table or a stall or something because there's a little tent and bench. So that's cool. And like I said, I like the gameplay of this. It looks really cool and simple, but also intricate. And who you're using, and like every game, you're gonna have to play it enough times to figure it out. To figure out what list is great, which is fun to play with, which is not. And then with medieval, you just have so many choices, of scenarios that you can create and make little narratives, and they all sound pretty realistic and fun, and you don't really have to have much what do you call it, deep research. You just have some generalities, and you can throw some men out there, but or go deeper. Again, I'll show you the side of the box. Again, a motivator to buy the game. Yeah, I love crossbows. I know that they're not as good as the bow, but crossbows are fun. I'm looking forward to that. Ooh, look at the side. And then, bam. And I love the contrast, the irony. Maybe not irony, but the having the priest being a warrior. Um, I like that a lot. And then, like I said, I like Wargame Atlantic's troops. Um, I found that I had bought some Afghan warriors recently. They're a little small for my men. I think I'm just going to use them as a filler army because I usually buy like artisan design men. They're a little bit bigger or chunkier, it seems like. So with Wargame Atlantic, I'm just going to use those Afghan warriors as fillers, maybe for bigger, larger armies. Play a game, called Men Who Would Be Kings, so that uses bigger armies. So, what can you do? So there's that. Yeah, let us know what you think about Baron's War. I know I could rope my friend Luis into trying this out probably, and some other people. I think I have a friend that plays Midgard. I've never played that. It seems like that's something similar to this. So maybe, get them interested in it too if they're into Midgard or I know there's a lot of Saga people out there. Never played Saga, but maybe that crosses over too. Recently found an ogre cyclops that I bought. I'm not in again. I'm not into fantasy too much, but look fun to paint and interesting, and so maybe get into Saga. Who knows? Yeah. Any comments? Any questions? Any quotes? Don't know how I'm gonna paint up my men. Looks like I gotta buy some horse troops separately. I'm gonna do that when I can. Set the date. Okay. Thought I did. Can you hear me, Luis? Um, where's that at? How would I do that? I'm not sure how to do that. So I'll figure that out later, maybe. I'm not sure. Set the date. What's that mean, set the date? Let's see. Manage. Maybe it's in manage. Don't want to lose everybody. And yeah, you're number one there, Luis. Let me see. Pop out dashboard. No. Oh wait. No. I don't want that. Oh, got it. Set the date to test game it. Yeah, right on. Okay, got you, Luis. Sorry, I thought you meant for this video. Yeah, let's do it up. How do you, I got to get these painted though. That's gonna make me have homework to do. Do you have a lot of medieval, Luis? Any medieval? Um, so if not, looks like I can make 2 retinues out of this and get it started. I know you played Saga. Any Saga players out there? Saga? Sagas. That looked cool. I like the element of fantasy and history of that game. It looked like people could do magic and maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like you could do magic and not. I'm more of a, I guess, straightforward thinker kind of guy. I don't really play the fantasy games so much, but maybe get into them. I saw some people get into Lord of the Rings lately. That looked like a good option in some regards. I try to stay away from that game, but just looking at other games too. So, um, what I meant by is I like to stay historical usually. So yeah, and then mixing up. I'm glad the book, like I said, in this game gives you the retinues to set up because again, okay, good, Luis. A couple figures. Again, not playing the game, you're not going to know how to make men who have padded armor, not padded armor. What abilities are there? Um, They have some really cool abilities. I won't read out. I'll let so that you have to buy the game, but they look like they're really cool, and they'll make some options to the players and interact them. And I got a little sidetracked about the painting. I'm not sure about how I'm going to paint them. That's going to be the fun part, making the crosses and the quarter shields. And then when you buy the knights, you get I forget what those things are called over the horses. Um, what are it starts with a C, I believe. But anyways, you paint those up quarter, or there's some really intricate ones with the fleur de lis on them and all that stuff. So yeah, uh, it's cool. I'm looking forward to playing this game. We'll get it set up, and then obviously I'll do some videos, maybe if I can get around to it. I got a ton of videos to do. Apologize to everybody for not getting those out. Luis and I actually played a Muskets and Tomahawks recently that I got set up. I just gotta get it. Just the editing. I'm in an archaic fashion here. I need to get updated with new equipment and all that. Fleur de lis, yeah, it's cool, huh? It's really fun to do. I noticed that they have some really cool. What do you call them? Details or decals. So that at least that makes it a lot easier. Like I said, I've been really checking out that Seventh Son um, videos about this. Wargames Atlantic probably has to give him a pump up for that because he really motivated me to buy this game. I know that Ruben has some medieval stuff, I think, or at least this is like 1100, I think, or 1000s, maybe the 1200s. I have to double check. So I don't think Pike and Shot covers that. I think Pike and Shot's a little bit later, right? Um, so yeah. Any thoughts? Anyone play this game? Well, I highly recommend checking out the videos about it. It looks fun. How you support and everything. I have a bit. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Yeah, and they look like they have some really cool supplements that came out with this too. Like I said, they have I think, an Islamic supplement. I have to double check, or I saw someone posted about it. So that looked really cool. Maybe do some crusade stuff, um, all that. So put a lot of options out there. Like I said, have not been into nights other than that videos motivated me. So yay! I'm glad everyone can hear me, and glad you guys stopped by to check it out. Um, any thoughts, questions, comments? There was a crusade. Oh, okay, yeah. And it looks like the original supplements could be modified to work with this game. Um, so yeah, that's gonna be cool. Did you try this game, Ruben? Did you play it? And I don't know, guys. I'm what do you call it? Again, pretty bad about the technology. If there's a way to enhance this, let me know. Oh, okay, cool. Well, maybe you, Luis, and I will have to get one going. Maybe. Looks like you could probably play it different ways. Not sure. Well, I hope everyone's Sunday's going well. Hopefully, you're gonna get some painting and terrain making in. Um, Let me show you. Oh, I like the irony of the Christians with the. I guess it's irony of the priests going out and slashing people down. Um, I guess different world back then. Really cool troops again. Options. Wargames Atlantic. I saw they came out with a bunch of different stuff, so that's cool. And then, um, going cross pollination here. With Pillage, Victrix has a bunch of troops too, so I think those will be good options. Russians, it looks like, from the time period. And I don't know if this is maybe Norman and Saxon, so I don't know. I believe there's some Danes left over. I don't know how the Vikings fit into this. So again, I have to do some more research. I'm speaking out of turn. If you're a medieval historian, I apologize. No offense meant. So yeah, it looks really fun. Oh, okay, yeah, right on. Yeah, pillage looks really fun too. I like those options about just taking the sheep or the whatever and then lighting things on fire. All that looks really cool. And then the spreading of the fire. So maybe I'll be more interested in this time period. It's on everything or field gray, so it's a little bit more of an intricacy. But again, I think the new slide decals are newer to me. Um, are cool. Let me see. I got a message here. Give me 1 second. All right. Well, again, it's been fun checking it out. I'm glad you guys could take the time to stop by, hang out. We'll go to 1 o'clock, I guess, and just chat it up. Again, the crossbow versus the bow, I think there's some options there. I think there's some moving, like you can move and shoot with one, or you can't move and shoot with the other. I'm not sure. So that's going to be some differences in how you set up the men. I don't know what the difference is in having your man have a mace versus a sword. Like, why would a knight have a mace versus a sword? So we'll find that out. All that stuff. Looking really forward to figuring it out. Again, I don't know what these covers on the horses are called, if you guys know. But I'm looking forward to figuring out how to paint those. And probably simple crosses I can do. Fleur de lis, not so much. And probably not Maltese crosses either. Those might be a little bit more difficult. So yeah, really cool. Um, and I think there's a charge and the pikemen do different things to defending the horse charge, and obviously that's going to be cool. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. Always check out our website, Major Wellington's Wargamers. You all want to be a wargamer with us? Join up with us. Pay your membership dues. It's really easy. You can click the link there on our website, majorwellington.com, and click the website link and join up with us and join in games with us and get all the cool stuff that goes along with that. Hopefully, we build our membership, and we'll start to have more of a yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining. Again, leave any comments, questions. Let me know how I did. I might be rambling on here, boring. Um, I forgot my tuxedo today, so I apologize for that. I thought the Led Zeppelin shirt would be okay. Happy Easter to everybody. If you were to post a list of figures you would need, then I'm sure we have them. Oh yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, I just got to make them my guys because I can't show up and not use my own troops. I don't know how you guys feel about that. It's cool. I like sometimes to show up and when someone's teaching me at a game and like, hey, you want to try this game out? Have my figures, use my figures. But when I get into a game, I like to have my figures that I painted and play with those guys, and you know. And I was just even someone tried to offer, not tried to, they offered to sell me some of their troops that were already painted. I was like, I don't want those, just because I don't know, I just can't connect with them. It's like I don't know, it's probably bad. I know I need to make adoption an option, but it's hard. So yeah, then I'm looking forward to building all the little terrain with this. Mud thatch houses are really cool to make. Pretty easy, I think. I found some really cool techniques with that. So looking forward to that. And all the little farm animals. I know I saw that the new. I can't remember if it's Victrix or Wargames Atlantic, but they just came out with some really cool farm animals. They look really detailed and good. So that would be great for pillage. So yeah, it'd be really easy to get people involved in this game because you just need a couple figures and they could run, a group of guys trying to go and take each other out. So looking forward to it. All right. So thanks again for joining up, everybody. And again, I'd like to hear your comments about I have thick skin, so you can just tell me that was horrible, that was great, all that stuff. And again, I got to get better at life gets in the way, but making the videos, I'll get those out. I have 3 or 4 loaded up. It's just sitting there and editing them, and I'm sure if I bought new equipment, I would do better. But that's life. So we'll figure it out. And then I also learned I'm old, so I learned how to Mickey Mouse all this stuff. So I'm probably doing it all wrong. So that's great. But you figure it out. But again, thanks everybody for joining up. I'll keep you posted. I'll try to keep you posted. I got to set an agenda. So I got to figure out the retinues and then I'll figure out my agenda. But let me just look at the retinues real quick and I'll hopefully let me put some pressure on myself. All right, let's see. Okay, let me see. I'll try to make a Baron. I'll try to make a Baron, whatever that will be, for one of the retinues here within the next 2 weeks. Yeah, thank you, Ruben. Yeah, I'll try to make a Baron in the next 2 weeks. And then if you guys want to post your nights on our website, get me motivated what we're doing here. Because again, I'm clueless about nights. I just have that cool movie Excalibur from the 80s in my head right now with Merlin. Um, Other than that, I'm not too. I mean, I know obviously chivalry and the Franks and that stuff, but just looking to dig into it more in detail. And so yeah, get me motivated. I'll try to get the Red Baron out here. It looks like he's gonna have a sword with mail and a large shield. Looks like he could have those things. So I'll try to do that. All right, or let me look at the blue Baron. He can have a two-handed weapon with mail, so maybe I'll do that guy. We'll see who's more exciting. All right, we'll get a Baron out in the next couple weeks, and we'll get Baron War on the table shortly. Thanks everybody for watching. Enjoy your Sunday. Again, give me comments and keep me motivated. All right, I'll see you guys at the table. Take care.